So I'm actually back again to show us how to use Malaysian SNR to trade. All right, so picking up from where I left, I would have loved to take you on storyline and directional bias so you can know how to follow market price movement and all. But I feel like if I told you how to go on entries and exits, you would know how to find the bias yourself. You can take it whichever direction you choose to. So now I'm using Euro card, and I'm not this is not a currency pair I trade, but I'm just trying to let you know that okay, this is something you can use on any assets. All right. Now this has been if I should just trick my charts, I'll see that okay, there has been a back data. Okay. Now you can see this level here. You can see these reactions. These reactions didn't just come out of nowhere. They got their reactions from certain point in time past. So in the Malaysian scenario, you need two time frames. One is your primary time frame, and the other is your secondary time frame. Your daily time frame can be your primary time frame, and your 4 hour time frame can be your secondary time frame. You can go as far as adding one other secondary time frame, like your 1 hour time frame. All right. Now on your daily time frame, if you imagine that okay, in time past, you just saw price shooting up this way, and you went back a bit and you saw how that okay, somewhere in time past there has been a level like this. Okay, so if I should add my line to these levels, you can see that they are actually resistance points. That's why I'm adding those levels there. Okay, how about this one too as well? This is also a resistance level as well. Okay, so I can delete this now. So now I would have this. So while I'm seeing price shooting up this way, I want to ensure that I want to go back to see if there are levels behind. But sometimes you may have an asset that doesn't have any data behind. So there's also a way to go about that. Now, if you look at these levels, let's see what price did. On your primary time frame, so that the daily time frame, you have to find your key levels first. Then with those key levels, you can go down to your secondary time frame, like your 4 hour time frame and your 1 hour time frame. When you mark your key levels on your primary time frame, the next thing you want to look for is rejections on those key levels you've drawn. So you can see how price gave this sharp rejection, and the rejection came from after tapping the first level there. Where that one come from? Let's see where it came from. It came from this guy over here. Now, I told you that you can take 50% of this week. Sometimes if I want to take things much, much way further, all right, let me try to adjust this. Let's see if that's exactly what happened. I'm deleting this guy now. Okay, you will just actually have to place levels because you don't know where price will come. So you're just anticipating, all right? You're just anticipating. Let's see if okay, great. You can see actually it was the 50% of that level that price reacted from. So I would go down to my lower time frame, all right, to go and look for a breakout. It's that simple. A breakout. To make it easier, you will ask yourself, where are you? To make it easier, you could just actually put a line on that level there. Palm. Okay, when you add your line there on that level, then you can go down to your secondary time frame, which is your 4 hour time frame. And you want to ask yourself, right before that touch, which is here, you can adjust this line a bit. Okay, right before that touch, um, do you have a level, or rather, do you have a structure that was broken? Now, let me show what I mean. On your line chart, you can see that this is a level here. This guy got broken by these guys over here. Now, that's a very, very long time. Looking at this, seeing that this is a 4 hour time frame, that's a very long way to go, or long period of time to wait to get a break. But what we're actually concerned about is finding a break inside this reaction zone there. If I go down to my 1 hour time frame, let's see what we have. So I'm using my 1 hour time frame now as another secondary time frame. Now, like I told you, this was the line. This was the now look carefully. This was the point where that rejection came from. If you observe, there's a break here, right? This is a break. But in Malaysian SNR, we don't consider this break because this is an internal break. It's an internal break. The external break will be here, this level here. So when we see price rejected from this point, we would wait to see it break beneath this level. So the moment price breaks beneath this level and we see that okay, price has closed beneath this level, then we want to take our entry. All right, then how would you take your entry? You will have to like give price that privilege to go back up a bit into this level, then to fire downwards. If you observe closely, you will see how that price came back up again, so somewhere around here. Let's check it. Let's check it. So basically, you can see what price did. But personally, myself, I would be targeting this key level here. This key level there. And you can see how that price came back, tapped into it, and flew downwards. Can you see? So what if I wanted to can I go down to my 15-minute time frame to see if I could get something early on? Of course, it's very possible. It's very possible. Come down to your 15 minutes time frame. Let's see what we can see. I hope TradingView allows us to go that far. I oh, it can't. Unfortunately, it can't. What about the 30 minutes time frame? Let's check. Okay, interestingly enough, we're lucky enough to get that. Now, you can see that this was the point that the candle actually tapped to that level, that 50% level we had on the daily, our key level. This is a break, okay? This is a break, but it is an internal break because let me tell you something. Price could from this point where my mouse is, where I just drew this box now. Okay, price could just shoot up from here and break this level and keep on moving forward. So you want to be patient enough to allow price come down. Okay, to break what this level below. So the moment I see price closing below it, you can see this candle has formed beneath it. It was not just an ordinary wick, the full body close. Then you have to be patient to allow price go back a bit to a key level here, still on that same 30-minute time frame. Normally, I would have done this because of the fact that if I use my line charts, you can see there's a V level there. You get so, but when this guy came up here, let's see what happened. He didn't really tap into it. Then see what happened. He came back up and he tapped into it. I would not want to enter from here if this guy had not tapped into this level. Because if I entered here downwards, I know that price will come back to tap this level. You see? And come downwards. All right. Then how would you take your exit? Go back to your daily time frame. Your daily time frame is your primary time frame. So just the way we looked for our key level on the primary time frame, and we look for a rejection on that same primary time frame to determine our entry, we will also go back to our daily time frame. That's our primary time frame, okay, to look for a level that we can exit from, right? So so where would be the exit level? Let's check it out. So imagine that we've entered here already at this point in time. Now we know that Imagine that all these guys from the right of this line, right? Imagine that from the right of this line, all these guys hadn't formed. Yes. This would be my first level I'm watching out for. Okay. Then I could also take the tip of this week as a level as well. All right. Now, this is very, very nice, most especially when I don't have any other data to the left. You know, there's some kind of currency pairs that does that. So you don't have data to the left, just empty. So this would be what I would have just depended on. But I could, but if we have data on the left, we could just go back and borrow some data and see if there are levels there. Okay. Now, if you observe, so let's try and go back a bit. Let's try and put our focus around here. Let's see if we can find some levels there that will resonate towards the right. Okay, so this is the level here, right? This is another level. This is another level. And this is another level. You can see that price has not come into any of them. So these levels are very, very, very fresh. They have potential. What about these ones? We have these levels here as well. You can put your line chart on, you just see what they look like. Can you see? So you can just use this. All right. Now let's go towards the right. Let's see what it looks like. Remember, we're looking for exits. So on the charts, we know that okay, we have a couple of levels from the left. When price came to this first level, you're going to ask yourself, is it going to reject? If there's no rejection there, okay. If there is no rejection there, you don't have to close your trade. That is down on the power time frame. Coming down again to this level finally, we find that the candle actually closed beneath it, but it's kind of flipped to the other side. Let me delete this. Let's narrow it down. Let's narrow it down. Let's see where that level came from. Okay, it came from this guy here. So you can see. Was there any other level around it? Let's check. Okay, this is another level. Sorry. That's another level around it. So I guess this second level was the one price actually rejected from. Let's see what we have here. Okay, great. So you can see that it was the second level price actually rejected from. Now, when so for each time you see price come to a level, you want to ask yourself, will there be a rejection? Just the way there was a rejection up here and you entered there. Whenever price is approaching a level, if you don't see a rejection, hold your trade. But once you see a rejection, it's time for an exit. Go down again to your secondary time frame. Let's check if there's a breakout. Okay, like I told you, first of all, on your primary time frame, put your line first. All right, put your line first. Put your line first. Okay, what do we have here? Now, when you put your line here, you go back to your secondary time frame with your power time frame. Now, before the line, you want to ask yourself what was the last high or the last support level that was formed? It's right here. Look no further. Your candle chart. Can you see that? then you want to watch price break above it. So you can see how that price broke above it. And when price broke above it, all right, that's is a signal for you to what? To take out your trade, to exit your trade, to exit your trade. So imagine you entered from this level down here. Let's do something. Okay, so down here, that will be one. Let's see. That is 1/11. All right. So when you see these breakouts here, it's time to exit your trade. And if you observe, while you're exiting your trade here, someone also is entering a trade for a buy. Watch. Can you see something? Someone is coming down to pick a trade here for a buy because when price flies up, it has to come down to some extent. You get now. So yes. Now to summarize this, okay. Summarize this. To summarize this, listen carefully. Listen very carefully. You enter from the primary level. If you enter from a key level, you enter from a key level from the primary time frame. All right, from the primary time frame, and you exit on a key level, all right? And the key level from the primary time frame. So I guess that is simple, right? I guess that is simple. So that that simplifies things. Okay, that simplifies things. Then what else again you want to understand is that you take your entries, take your entries on what? On a secondary time frame. That is very simple. And also you take your exits on what's a secondary time frame as well. On a secondary time frame. So that's what we have here for today. I'll make another video again. All right. If I should explain everything in one go, one section, it's going to take like time because I'm taking my time to break down these things very well. All right. More examples will come. Worry not. Thank you very much. Subscribe to the channel, like the button, share to your friends, okay? Thank you very, 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 very much. All right.